Wow,
John,
John's
how are you?
relaxed. John's is more relaxing than mine. That's lovely.
Yeah, that's, I think,
Come on over. Come on and let's pretend it's sunset somewhere.
yeah, maybe on your back deck, John, is what you're out there relaxing.
That's where that was taken at one point.
Is that right? That's great.
Yeah,
Very nice.
just not tonight.
Yeah.
It's not tonight, all right?
Yeah. All right, so we've got Paul and basically Beth that are,
Hello, everybody.
there's Paul.
Yeah, we're good to go, Bill.
Good, good. Excellent. Did you say we had Beth, Chris?
Yeah.
Correct.
Great, okay, excellent. Hi, Beth. She's there somewhere. There she's coming into view.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Beth, how are you?
Hey, Jack.
Trying to it's hard to wear glasses on Zoom. I feel like you can't see people. I'm in a different mode.
Yeah. Boy, these are dirty, but too, by the way, geez, how can you see out of these things? All right, I guess it's time to, hope everyone's doing well. Thank you all for attending. We have two that won't be attending tonight, Rich and Jennifer, but we have a quorum, so I think we're ready to go. So we'll call the meeting to order and I'll read the adequate notice statement. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by the board in preparation of the 2021 annual meeting notice, which sets forth the date, time, and place of this meeting by properly posting such notice and forwarding the notice to those designated newspapers and persons requesting meeting notices. Moreover, in order to comply with the national and state declarations of emergency related to COVID-19 pandemic, in accordance with the municipal land use law, the Open Public Meetings Act, and the emergency remote meeting protocols for local public bodies as set forth in NJAC 539-1. This meeting is being held virtually on a web-based platform with remote public access. All right, and how about a roll call there, Chris?
Just get the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, sure, we certainly did, especially when I have my back here. I've got the flag back. You know, I lost the flag for a meeting or two. Now we have it back, so everybody can see it there. Yeah. So, all right. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the flag of the
the
United
United
States,
States of America,
United
to the
States,
republic
the republic
To the
for
republic
which it stands,
for which it
One
one
stands,
nation,
Under
Under
one
God,
nation, under
indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty
liberty
with
and
liberty
justice
and justice
for all.
for all.
Thank you. Okay. I remember being in first grade class at Brayton School, working on the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, it was a tough thing to get those first graders in line. All right, so we have some meeting minutes from the meeting of September 27th. They're very short as the meeting was itself, relatively brief. Does anybody have any comments, additions, deletions, corrections to the
So we
meeting?
should call the roll first.
All right, so we'll call the roll. Let's do that.
All right, Chairman Anderson,
Present.
Vice Chairman Brinkerhoff,
here.
Councilmember Little,
Here,
Paulson Alvarez is excused, Ms. McNeil,
Here.
Mr. Delory,
Here.
Mr. Zucker,
Here.
Mr. Perrella,
Here.
Mr. Fiore is excused, Mr. Formicelli,
Here.
and Mr. Ashman is excused, and Mr. Warner is here. We have a quorum. We can proceed.
Great, thanks. All right, back to the meeting minutes. Anyone have any thoughts, comments, additions, deletions from the September 27th meeting minutes?
Bill, I think I need to abstain. So do we have a quorum to vote on the minutes or do we need to wait till the next meeting?
Chris?
We
Still
are,
fine.
3, 4, 5.
We're still okay?
yes.
Yep, okay, great. Thanks.
I just wanted to check because I need to abstain. I wasn't present at the meeting.
Thank you.
They look fine to me, Bill. I didn't see it.
I thought they were good, Chris. Yeah, me too. All right, so can I have a motion to approve if there are no more comments?
So moved.
In a second,
Second.
great,
All right,
thanks.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye.
And
Aye.
seeing,
I abstain.
All right, great. Okay. Well, really, we have one item of business before we move into an executive session. With regard to the executive session, you all received an email from Chris indicating that we'll have to move into a separate Zoom call. And at this point, prior to, just after we work on the resolution, we'll have that conversation, and that will be the end of the meeting when we finish the discussion on the resolution, end of the regular meeting, and then we'll go into executive session. So we have a resolution here with regard to Steve's firm and Steve's activity, and need to increase his budget based on some of the long meetings that we've had. We all know which one they are, and ran over the budget as a result of those meetings. But does anyone have any comments or questions? Anything, Steve, you would like to say in support of the resolution at all?
Well, I got a call from Chris that we were going to be in excess, and I believe he chose a conservative amount to ensure that no further motions need to be made, resolutions need to be adopted. Yeah, I think it was probably accurate when Chris wrote, due to an unforeseen amount of cases and meetings, one in particular, certainly. I'd also ask that as this is a precursor to an executive session to discuss RFQs for 2022. I don't know if that's good timing on my part to have this resolution here, but please don't hold it against me. It wasn't my choice. I'm blaming Chris, nothing further.
No, we know where the overrun came from, so we understand that. Sometimes these meetings, when they go on for 6 months, run up people's budgets. So,
Bill, may I ask a question? Just by way of clarification. From the language, it wasn't clear to me. Are we increasing it to $25,000 to a not to exceed number, or are we approving the $25,000 now?
so it's a not to exceed 50. We approved it at 25 to start the year.
Yeah, what I meant was the second 25, which is tonight's discussion. Are we
Correct.
approving a not to exceed number, or are we approving 25? I just sort of interested to know. And in
I
other
would-
words, have the charges already reached $25,000? I guess is another way to ask the question. The second
well,
round,
The way I
50,000.
would phrase it is you're approving an additional 25,000, which would bring the total not to exceed it to up to 50,000.
Okay, so it's the not to exceed number that we're approving. Okay, thank you.
Correct.
thanks, Jay. Any other questions with regard to the resolution? All right, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a
Second,
was that you, Beth, for a second?
And yeah. If we can
yes,
get a
I
roll
said
call
second,
vote.
sorry.
Yep.
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I'm sorry. There's something that maybe I'm reading this wrong. I'm trying to read it on my phone, but it says the initial contract was 25,000, an additional 25 not to exceed 50, but whereas funds in the amount not to exceed 25 will be certified from the account. Is there 5,000 missing, or is there already 20 in an account and
No,
then we have to find 5 in another account?
there is a
I don't understand that.
20,000.
It should be 25 in that account,
Correct. An
correct?
additional 25,000 will be certified, correct.
Okay, all right.
Thanks,
So
Andy.
we'll note that-
Thanks.
We'll note the
Yep.
motion in the second as amended,
Okay,
and then,
thanks.
so we'll call the roll, right? Vice Chairman Brinkerhoff,
Yes,
Councilmember Little,
Yes,
Ms. McNeil, Ms. McNeil,
Ellen.
Maybe she can't hear.
her sound might be out.
we'll come back. Mrs. Delory,
Yes.
Mr. Zucker,
Yes.
Mr. Perla,
Yes.
Mr. Formicelli,
Yes.
Chairman Anderson,
Yes,
and we'll give one last attempt for Ms. McNeil.
Her video looks frozen and her sound must be frozen
Yeah.
because she
Yeah.
hasn't moved on her. She hasn't blinked. She hasn't done anything. This is the last.
Very impressive.
all right. Hopefully Ellen will be back with us soon.
I'm just texting her to say it looks like it froze.
Okay,
All right, we still have an affirmative vote either way, but
all right, let's give her a minute to come back on and see if we can get her vote. Yeah,
She dropped off, so she probably is figuring that out.
yep, yep.
Her Wi-Fi just went down, she said. So let's see what happens. She's going to call in.
Everyone look outside your window. Is anything happening yet?
Hope not. Not yet. It's too early.
My internet keeps saying it's unstable as well, and it usually is not, so.
Here's Ellen.
I'm back on.
all right, great.
It's my Wi-Fi. I'm so sorry. My Wi-Fi's in and
Okay,
out.
others are having the same problem. Are you in favor of the resolution that we discussed?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So Chris, we got a unanimous vote on that.
Yes.
All right. So as we said earlier, we're going to move into executive session, and by doing so, the normal meeting, the first meeting that we started, the normal meeting will end. And when executive session is finished, the presentation for this evening, or the meetings for this evening, will be concluded. Mr. Warner, is anything you would add to that with regard to the transition from the regular meeting to executive session?
Well, just two things. One, I won't be joining you because of the content of the discussion of 2022 RFPs. I'll be bidding you a good evening in a moment. But I would just say that it's a motion to a motion to close the public meeting, to open the executive session for personnel purposes, which is an exception to the Open Public Meetings Act. And as the chairman mentioned, by making this motion, you are also moving to have the public meeting portion closed upon your motion to close the executive session. When you do so, sounds like a lot, but it's to avoid the impractical aspect of having to come back into this Zoom again just to say motion to adjourn. So you'll be adjourning when you close the executive session.
All right, so I need a motion to, thank you, Steve. Have a good evening. Hopefully you'll get home safe and sound. And
Thank
can I
you.
have a motion to close to the regular session meeting?
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
All right. So everyone, let's go to the memo